Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly. Got a good one for you today. We are in Laguna Beach and we're going to cover some of the precious gem streets, ruby, diamond, and those streets. There are a few things right now that we just cannot get, and there's a lot of shortages on products. It's only going to get worse. And I'm going to cover that all today. Before I do, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And don't forget, we have an email list that you can sign up for. The link is below. A lot of people are on that. We got an email going out this weekend. And also, if you want more access to me, there's Patreon. You can ask me questions, consult in your business, whatever you'd like. But this is Ruby Street Park, which is, again, that little tiny park that goes down to this beautiful little cubby hole where you can just sit there, a little slice of paradise, and have some privacy and look at the ocean. Let's get into it. The economy right now is showing us signs of things that we cannot get, okay? Businesses are having trouble getting certain things, certain auto parts. Companies are having problems. And this right now is only going to get worse right before our eyes. You know what's funny is I've been down here 100 times. Every time I come down here, I'm absolutely just blown away at how beautiful this is. It really is stunning. This really, really is. So, problem with the supply chain is that we're told that everything's been resolved, and it hasn't. And again, people are looking at, oh, well, there's only a few things we can't get, only a few products in the stores. But this is going to escalate so bad between now and let's just use the end of summer. Let's just use that. The problem that you're seeing is that everything leads to something else, and people don't want to look at that. They don't want to look at it in business. They don't want to look at it in their personal life. They just want to look at things and have it all wrapped up in a little bow, and it's no big deal. It doesn't affect me. It affects every single one of us. When you look at the fuel problem, the price of oil and the price of gas is only going to go up. There is nothing right now that indicates that gas prices are going to go down at all. Starting with the state of California, they're going to raise our gas taxes again next month. Here in the state of California, it's already the highest in the nation. But again, this state that I'm sitting in is hurting right now, and they're going to continue with that raise. And remember, 30 days ago, guys, they were talking about giving us a rebate and a stimulus check for gas, and it's kind of been forgotten. No one's talking about that. There's that. That's the first thing. The second thing is food items. The problem with the cooking oil shortage, and when I talked about Tesco and these other places that are limiting cooking supplies, now you've got palm oil, and palm oil is in short supply, and they're limiting the exports of palm oil from certain countries that export palm oil. Okay, well, Dan, what's palm oil made of? So many different things. Okay? Now, the next thing is you're going to see so many industries that will be shuttered as a result of this. The construction industry is going to be decimated between now and the end of summer around the country because of the fact that people cannot get parts. Again, this place is really cool. You've got these little checkers there. Again, this place is it's a really wealthy area. It's really nice, but just quiet, be by yourself, hang out. The construction industry, they're not getting parts for certain problems, for certain products and components. Now, think about this. When, living in Southern California, you've got desert communities, you've got Palm Desert, and next to us, we've got Arizona. Arizona's hot, guys, let's face it. Most of the year, it's warm. Go there in the springtime, it's kind of nice, but other than that, you got the AC blaring. They anticipate that one of the biggest industries to have the biggest problem as far as supply chain shortages for full components and for parts is the air conditioning industry. And that if you think you need service for your air conditioning, you need to do it now, because you're going to be, in a very hot summer, and you're going to be in an area that will not be able to get parts for months right now. Automobile industry cannot get product, cannot get parts for transmissions, cannot get electronic chips and components. And again, This is putting smaller dealerships out of business. This is putting smaller repair shops out of business because, let's face it, these guys don't get paid unless they fix a car. And to sit there and to have automobiles that are not getting fixed, nobody's paying for that. So there's that. As far as the food products, have you noticed how this just hasn't been fixed? People write me all the time, hey Dan, I went to my my grocery store in Michigan, Iowa. It was Boston, Massachusetts for the last one that I got an email on. They're talking about the fronting of products where basically cereal, canned goods, rice-a-roni, all this different stuff, where they have one of them, one after another, and they front the merchandise. And they don't have product to fill a shelf with this. Well, isn't it kind of, okay, when's this going to get caught up, guys, that we don't have to worry about this? It's not. It's not for a very long time, guys, if ever. So if you knew that things were like this and that things were going to be this way for quite some time, you should prepare for that. You should prepare for your business. Lumber prices are going through the roof right now. They're going back up. But the problem is that can you get the product? Can you get, contractors cannot guarantee delivery dates. Home builders cannot guarantee delivery dates. We're about to hear the numbers from Lennar Homes that the previous quarter, they had 22,000 homes that were not completed, that they couldn't get done. It went to 27,000. What's the new number? That I can't wait to see, because that's the kiss of death. Because you don't close escrow on a house, you don't get paid for the house. It's that simple. California is announced today they're going to start rationing water. That's California, Dan. We could care less about that. This is a problem, guys. Industry in any market, you don't want it to suffer. Any way, shape, or form. You'd like to see everybody do well. I hate California. I hate this state. I hate New York, whatever. I'm telling you guys, you'd rather live in a world where everybody gets along and everybody works together, because things are more productive and people are happier. Tide's kind of in today. Not that bad, just beautiful though. But as far as the merchandise, as far as products that you're going to see, spoke to an artist, can't get her art supplies, can't get certain canvases, can't get certain paints. Hairdressers cannot get certain dyes for hair. Still, well, wait a second. And again, if you are in an industry like this, be creative now. Don't wait, because it's not going to get easier. It's going to get worse. Be an innovator right now. Start a Facebook group, guys, right now, and be the innovative leader that shares product. If you're in a spot, let's put it this way. Think about it. It's ethnically hairstylist. They have different products in certain communities that other people don't use. That's the simplest way to put it. Well, if you have that product, you have access to it, sell it to these people and trade them for that. Oh, Dan, what a great idea. Okay, great. Do it. Have you done it yet? But again, people are just letting themselves just wait and see. Wait, it's all going to work out. Everything's going to be great. It's not, guys. This is only going to escalate and get worse and worse and worse before our eyes. Let me do this without killing myself. Hang on a second. So, all the gem streets. Cool thing about Laguna, for the people that are new, you've got all these streets, free parking. Come down here, and you got a slice of paradise down here where you can just get set up, toss a blanket down, bring your kayak out if you want to do that, boogie board, whatever, and just lay out on the beach. But this is just insanity how beautiful this is. Everything's getting worse. The airline industry is cutting back right now. I love American Airlines because they're talking about how, hey, we have to cut back because we have pilot shortages now. Okay, so at least they're kind of being honest. But if you're a pilot, they're going to pay top dollar right now to have pilots work at American Airlines. JetBlue, the same thing. Okay, well, when do you sit there and say, that's enough? You know, this is going to affect this industry. It's going to affect an airline. If an airline doesn't have routes flying, they're losing money. It's that simple. Now, American Airlines did something 2 weeks ago that people flipped out about, and that was that they talked about how they didn't have pilots. So on your second leg of your trip, they made people hop on a bus. This is happening all over the place, but they can't get the fuel for flights. What's going to happen if the airline industry gets hit with a fuel shortage? How devastating is that? How devastating it would be for FedEx. Now, I heard a great reason of why you can great example of how you can predict how the economy is doing. And it was UPS. Is UPS shipping things? Are their sales up? Are they doing well? What regions are hot? That's how you can tell how an economy is, because when UPS ships, they don't just ship to houses and, you know, the Amazon packages. They're shipping B2B. They're shipping components for your everyday life and for your business. And if those places are doing well and UPS is doing well in that region, then most likely the economy in that region is doing well also. But this is only going to get worse. You're going to see people go out of business that you're not expecting to go out of business. The one that I heard about this in the last 24 hours by 5 people now is Bank of America. That Bank of America could be on the verge of absolute, what the person used was the term bankruptcy. So that's interesting if they're going to be that bad of shape right now. Isn't this nice? Now, if you're so inclined, you've got all these different places that you can go out. You've got the tide pools right there. Just beautiful. You can see urchins, and let's see what we can walk through the tides. Tide is kind of low because I can walk through here without any water right now. But guys, this is just, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing that you can walk through this and see this stuff. Nobody wants to look at how things are down the road. You know, it's a gloom and doomer and everything you talk about is negative. No, prepare, guys. If you know this is going to happen, oh, look at this big crab. Oh, look at this. That is so cool. If you know that things are bad and we have problems and you prepare, then you're ahead of the game. But do yourself a favor with all this stuff, guys. This is another warning after warning after warning after warning. Nobody wants to hear that the real estate business is bad. My video yesterday killed it yesterday. All the realtors that wrote me, and now I want to thank one and all the dozens and dozens of emails that I got from realtors that gave me different areas that they're working in and were totally honest. Now, I got the hate, okay? Let's face it. You don't know what you're talking about. Things are going to be great. 2022 is going to finish strong, and the housing prices are going to go up, and you're going to tell everybody to sell. Do what you guys want to do. Get yourself into any debt you want to. The idea with it, in this channel, and the politics of this channel, is small business. That's who I'm rooting for. We're trying to get people to get out of debt. We're trying to get people to where they don't owe anybody anything, so they can sleep at night. And everybody that's done that in the last 2 years of doing this have all said, wow, what a different life I have now by not owing anybody anything. Now, I had a realtor write me out of Georgia, Atlanta area. I won't say his first name because I didn't get his okay to say that. But this guy last year sold all his rental property, got rid of it. He said, Dan, I see and taste 2008 all over again, and I'm out. And he's the smartest guy in the world for doing this because he doesn't have to deal with all the shenanigans. Here in California, I want you to think about this one. They are talking about canceling rent in the city of Los Angeles until, are you listening, 2025. There's been some proposals on this. So I got a question for you, seriously. You're somebody that's not paying rent and know you've got a tough time, you're down and out. What does the landlord do during this time? Seriously, what do they do if you're not going to pay rent for 2.5 more years? 2.5 more years. What do they do? I mean, why would anybody living want to be a landlord if they're going to have to go through this? So it makes no sense. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Every business is affected by this now. Everything. The problem with it is that, talking to different restaurants, all they're seeing is problems with their suppliers and having to source food from multiple sources to serve people. And does it affect the quality? Absolutely. I went to that place, Italy, with my wife and girlfriend. Absolutely beautiful place. But the prices on everything, a bag of pasta, that was $5. Whoa, that's pricey for pasta. Is now $9. Wow, I don't know if I want that. The sauces, that were $6. Wow, I guess it's imported from Italy. It's kind of pricey. That's now $12, guys. Everything has been absolutely jacked up, to say the least. And I was joking with my girlfriend about, we were watching a baseball game the other night, and at Anaheim Stadium, they sell certain types of beers. The beer is now $20 for the micheladas. So, crazy, guys. $20 for a beer. They don't take cash. Bring your card. It better not get declined, or else. Share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. It's only getting worse. You can fix this. You can control it. You can work on it. And don't be a statistic. Don't be the person that gets slaughtered by this. Get creative. Don't be the person that is forced out of business because you couldn't complete people's jobs and couldn't get components, or you're a hairdresser that can't get dye. Be the person that comes up with the solution. I'm telling you, you'll have more business than you'll know what to do with if you think innovatively. Different. Simplest thing that's free is a Facebook group. Start a small business Facebook group in your community and be the one that owns that group. Think about it. All the correspondence back and forth. Talking about whatever, and it leads back to your air conditioning repair business or your hair salon or whatever. Do it. Make yourself an absolute fortune, but also be the innovator. Work on getting an email list. Work on all that stuff, guys. Pays for itself. Robinhood just announced that they're not going to have, that they're cutting back 9% of their staff. And again, the romance of the apps are done. People don't have the money to squander. People don't have the money to go to Vegas right now. What I mean by that is people don't want to buy stocks. They really don't. They want to gamble. They want to put $100 into something, into Shiba Inu, and then make $250,000. That's what they want. It doesn't interest them to take their $100 and turn it into $150. Even though that's an incredible return, they're not interested in that. They want to hear that they were the one that absolutely killed it out of thin air. That's what they want to do. So I always love these people at the end of the street that own the staircase. How beautiful that is, guys. The mortgage apps and the mortgage applications have imploded during this time. The tide's coming in because I can tell that I'm getting wiped out here, so I'm going to walk through here. But the mortgage application apps, they're done, guys. You're seeing this in a completely different light now, where people are not getting refis. I just had this conversation with a subscriber today where he was talking about, well, wait a second, Dan, I've refinanced my house a couple times, and we pulled some cash out, and we paid off this, we paid off that. And we'll go back and look now, just to ask out of curiosity, what the difference in payment's going to be. And because things have gone up 2%, in his case, he probably would have been denied for the loan at this time. Now, he doesn't need any money, but that's what you're going to start seeing, is people getting denied for the loan. This is what's different than 2008, and nobody wants to look at that. Again, it's all the same. Things aren't going to be that bad. We're not going to have a problem. You don't understand. You didn't have the liar loan. No, we don't have the liar loans, guys. You have a loan for something people cannot borrow money against. People are behind. What are we going to do? Just let everybody live there for free? We cannot do this. We cannot live in a world where people just get a free mortgage. It's not going to happen. And with that, you're going to have people lose their homes like you've never seen. You're going to see these home builders throughout these housing tracts that will not complete their homes. You're going to see mergers with the home builders. That's going to happen right now. And there's strength in numbers, and that's what they think is going to solve this problem. But most likely, a lot of them are going to go out of business. The car industry is the biggest problem. Trucking and not being able to get parts right now is huge. Absolutely devastating right now. Ford employees that wrote me and said that other Ford employees are buying Ford cars new so they have parts for their Ford cars. How insane is that? But again, not to worry. Now what's going to happen is that we all know interest rates are going up. When that happens, people will not be able to refinance their houses, and that is the end. Done. And if you believe that we're going to get better somehow, you're kidding yourself. Give you a couple warnings. Brian Moynihan, who's he? He's the CEO of Bank of America. Well, is he in trouble? Are they in trouble or are they not in trouble? Well, but what Mr. Moynihan said was that we're going to have a recession, not next year, we're going to have one this year. And again, if you listen to people like Greg Manarino, that would be an improvement compared to where we're at right now. Because again, I think we're in huge trouble right now. Deutsche Bank, same things. Once we start raising interest rates, all bets are off. Recession, people will not be spending money. You're going to see businesses shutter and things destroyed. The third one is Wells Fargo. And again, these are the three banks that could be the biggest banks in trouble right now. There's that. So who knows, guys? But they're all concerned about one thing, and that's rising interest rates, having to cut back staff. They all talk about that. What do adults do when they lose their job? Go get another job? What if there is no other job to get? Then they're done. It's that simple. And nobody wants to look at that. Did they prepare for a rainy day? Who knows? Let's hope so, but who knows? You're starting to see cities get into crypto. The city of Fort Worth, Texas is mining crypto now. Think about that. The city of Fort Worth, Texas had crypto miners donated to the city, and now they're mining Bitcoin right now. That is crazy, guys. You're also seeing, as we talk about a digital central bank, a digital dollar, with the 21 countries that are doing this, which again, when will this happen? This is going to happen. And they're going to control your money. So don't have a lot of money in the bank right now, guys. That's the best advice that I could give anybody, is be prepared, because when you read these stories, and they're below, they're having a digital dollar. But here's the thing that's crazy. All these Congress people that have been for and against the digital dollar, now you find out with their disclosure statements that they're investing in what? Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Why is that? Why is that? We all know why it is. So. I'm going to finish this video on these last two stories. And first one, as we get closer to the annihilation of the real estate industry, you're going to see creative ways that people are going to come up with to lend you money for your down payment, for example. There is a startup company that's, guess what, tied to Lennar Homes called HomeSnap, where they will lend you the down payment for your house. You can get it from them. You don't need any cash. Come on. But they're going to own a piece of equity in your home forever. Forever. So if that interests you and you want to give up a portion of your equity, you can take a look at the story below. You can get a home. Oh my gosh. How great is that? Final story is PayPal. PayPal is moving out of its San Francisco offices, which it's always been in. It's always been in San Francisco, and it's leaving San Francisco, getting out of the marketplace. It's making people drive to San Jose if they want to work in a building. Everybody else can work remotely because San Francisco's so awful. Think of that, another huge vacant piece of real estate that has been destroyed because nobody wants to work there. Now, I mean, San Francisco, guys, is dirty, smelly, it's crime-ridden. You know, you smell that? San Francisco. Come for the smell, stay for the crime. I mean, come on, guys, what do you do? Seriously. Okay? Please do not forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, please follow me on Instagram and the other social media channels. All the links are below. I want to get the Instagram up higher so we can put links in and go live and do fun stuff like that on Instagram as well. Onward and upward, guys. Don't forget we have an email list. You can sign up for it below. If you want more access to me, there's Patreon. Got a bunch of cool announcements coming. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you all very soon.